Hello and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio. My name is Gail Moffat and it is really nice to be here with you. Now, I always try and think about something spiritual that we can talk about before we go to our callers. And when I don't actually sort of do the thoughts myself, I actually go to my guides and I ask them sort of, what should I talk about? And what I was inspired to talk about today was what happens just before we are born and the process that is involved in coming to this life. And so my understanding of this, because having worked with spirit for so long, that you get to learn some of the things that happen. And my understanding is that what happens is just before we are born, it's almost like there's a meeting of all the people that are considering your next life. And it may be that and they will consider sort of, what is required for you? What do you need for your own personal growth? Because it's all about growth. And then they will think about, well, who's going to come with you? So in other words, and wait for it. This is the bit that I always think, did we really choose our family? Because we are placed with our family and are given and so it's almost like that your parents might say, well, we'll help you, or our sisters or brothers, or it may well be, and here's sort of a caveat to this. It may well be that actually your parents have already been born, but it's been decided by the people in heaven that those are the best parents for you. So they are, in effect, none the wiser. But so basically, that's the sort of the process of everything is chosen and thought about, and people sort of work together to sort of gain sort of their life. And it may be that you have to choose, learn something, but you can't do this on your own. So another person might say, well, I've got to learn something like a bit about that, but I can also help you in your life. And so it's a combination of that helping and that learning that sort of goes on, but it's all planned prior to our birth, which I find sort of fascinating. And it sort of enables us to sort of really think about the future of our lives. And isn't it sort of bizarre that we're just sort of oblivious to it all when we're living our life? But that's what goes on prior to when we're born. Now, I think it's about time we go to some callers, and I believe that Michelle in Birmingham, in England, is waiting to speak. Hello, Michelle. Welcome to the show. And how are you?
Bored.
I know. Well, for those people who are listening in America or other parts of the world, they may not know, but England, Michelle and myself are in a lockdown. We're not personally together, but we're having to suffer this lockdown because I think sort of England isn't doing too well at the moment with the coronavirus. We're in a terrible state, aren't we, Michelle?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry you're bored, and I do sort of feel for a lot of the people that are, sort of also with. I'm not suggesting that this applies to you, but with mental health and all those sort of problems that go with sort of being in part of this lockdown. Anyway, so I'm a medium, and I am able to connect to either to loved ones, or I can look to speak to my guides and give you guidance, or one of your loved ones can give me guidance. Is there a particular way that you would like me to work?
No, I don't mind.
Okay. Right, well, we've got about 10 minutes. So if there is something that is particular that you'd like me to sort of focus on, do speak, because otherwise I might miss out on that opportunity.
Okay.
Let's see if I just sort of connect to you. Well, the first thing that I'm getting is that you've got a grandmother that's in the spirit world, and I feel that I want to go on your father's side of the family. Is your grandmother in spirit that on your father's?
Yeah.
I feel that's who's coming through. So I'm just checking with you. Now she's saying to me that she is. I feel like she's aware of certain problems within the family, and she's saying that it's almost like the family doesn't run smoothly. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And she says that it's almost like some people don't get on as well as others do, and it's like and it's almost like there's sort of a group of you that get on better than the other group, and the other sort of group get on better. It's not that you don't. It's not that you've completely fallen out. It just feels like there isn't that sort of same compatibility that you have with the people that are part of your group. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And she's telling me that she's aware of this. She's aware of all what's going on, and I feel like she wants to speak about your father. And I feel that she's saying to me that she I feel like she's being a little bit. Has yours? I feel like she's saying that your father hasn't done everything as best as he could as being a father. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. My father's in spirit. Yeah.
But you know that was his. I'm talking about his way. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. 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 I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. I didn't see him for a year.
Right. And he's so she's saying to me that she is somewhat disappointed in him for the way that he has treated family members, and in a way she blames him for part of this. It's not a sort of full-blown rift, but it's like a little mini rift, like a sort of not. And it's like he's sort of created a bit of this, or started the ball rolling. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah. 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 It does,
And she is saying that she has been speaking with your father, and has had some tough words to speak to him about, because she hasn't been happy with the way that he has conducted his life. And so when he got over there, and I believe that she passed before him, but when he got over there, she made a point of having this tough conversation with him, and basically letting him know that she's not happy with the way that he has effectively brought up the family, because his I feel like his manner has caused all sorts of sort of problems, and she's saying to me that he has gone through, since he's been in spirit, he's gone through quite a tough time with regards to how he's been and how he's behaved, and he is now in a position where he is considering finding a way to try and resolve matters, or make things better. And so she's telling me that he is going to be like it's like a guide to you and all of your siblings. And I feel that I feel like he is going to be monitored by your grandmother. It's almost like she's going to sort of keep him in check and make sure that he does everything correctly. And I'm being told that he is very willing to try and put things right. And I feel that he's very apologetic. And she's telling me, and just as I'm talking to her, I can now see him standing by the side of her, and he's got his head bowed down. And I feel like there's a little bit of shame with him as to how he's handled things in the life. But I want you to know that he is going to. He's talking. He's saying to me, "I'm going to try my absolute best to really try and put things right and make things right and not let my family suffer in the way that they do today." And I feel like it's either you or it's somebody in your family that particularly suffers, really is sort of has been affected in that. Like, I feel like you've all been affected, but one has been affected more. And I'm not sure whether that's you or somebody else. Does that make sense to you?
It's not.
Is that you?
Yeah. It's not.
And so he is saying that this is why he's going to be spending a lot of time with you, trying to help you and trying to lift your spirits. And I feel that also you've been praying and asking out for help. And sort of because I feel like there's a sense of despair in your life, because it's almost as though you don't know which direction to turn in. And it feels like you're it's like you're struggling with knowing how to sort of be have a happy life, and I feel like this is outside of the pandemic. I think it's more than the pandemic. I just think that this lockdown is making it all a lot worse. But I just feel that it's like you need some direction, but you also need love to come into your life. And I feel that, and love comes in many ways. It doesn't have to be with a partner, but I just feel that you need to have love surrounded by you. And I feel that this is something like your father is saying to me. He's going to be trying really hard to bring that love to you and help you so much in your life. And so I feel that in a way your prayers have been answered, and your grandmother and your father are coming forward just to make more of a difference to you in your life.
Thank you.
I hope that helps. And thank you so much for ringing in. Does that all make sense to you?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. And I hope keep safe and I hope you're well. All right. So now we're going to go to Kerry in Asheville, North Carolina. Hello, Kerry. How are you?
Hi, thank you so much. I'm great. You're Gail?
Yes, I am. Yes. And
nice to meet you.
And very nice to meet you too. And so I'm a medium, which means that I can either connect to loved ones that have passed into spirit, or I can look to my guides to help you with any guidance in your life. Is there a particular way that you would like me to work?
Well, I lost my mom on the 1st of December, and we were very close. And it was unexpected.
Oh, that's really sad. I lost my mum it's just coming up for 2 years. So I know how you feel. It's horrible, isn't it? It's
this big gaping black hole.
I know. It's really, really horrible. Because mums are very special. Well, most mums are. Every now and again, there's a mum that isn't. But but most of the time they are.
I feel bad for those people.
Yeah. Right, okay, let's see if we can connect to your mum and because we've got limited time, so I just want to get straight on with it. She's here. And I feel that I feel like there's a sense of weakness with her, and I don't know whether I feel like she's showing me how she was before she passed. And for some reason, she's showing me as though she's got this long nightie on. Does that make sense? Would that have been something that she would have? Because she's showing me
like a flannel nightgown.
Exactly that. It's exactly what she's wearing, and I feel that would have been something that she would have worn or was wearing at the end of her life. It's one or the other, but I know that this is significant, and she's giving this to me because she wants you to really know that it's her, really know that it's her, and she says that she's very frightened of communicating through me in case you go away thinking that she hasn't been here, because this means everything to her. She says as much as you miss her, she misses you, and she I feel like she's almost counting the days down until the time when I don't like saying this, but when you pass, and so there's no time. I'm not predicting anything. It's just she misses you. It's her way of saying I can't wait till I'm with you again. And I just feel that she's saying to me that she doesn't feel as though she would have survived as well as she did, or as comfortable as she did, if it hadn't have been for your care and your love and your support. Does that make sense to you?
I'm so happy to hear that.
And she's so grateful to that. And I feel that, and she's telling me that you may have thought that she was unaware of what you were doing behind the scenes or what was going on. But she's telling me that she is aware. She is aware of what was going on and what happened. Because I feel like she's showing me, it's like she's lying in bed and it's like she's asleep. And so, so it makes me feel like you would have thought that she was unaware of what was going on. But I do feel that I feel like she heard a lot and felt a lot. So I feel like her awareness was more than you actually thought it was. I feel like she was very capable. Now, she's just showing me where she was sleeping in this bed. Was there a lovely window that close by that the light, the sunlight would just stream in a beautiful way?
Because not when she was in the hospital, but at her cabin in the mountains.
Right. Okay. So this is a memory link then she's given to me, because I just feel like she's showing me a room, and then this sunlight, it's just absolutely pouring in through the window. And I'm also seeing trees around outside as well. They look like sort of like fir trees. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Yes.
And I also feel like there's a lot of wood around as well. And I feel like there's some steps outside that are made of wood.
Yes.
And also I'm being shown a bird, a cardinal. And I feel that, did you ever speak about, a sign of a cardinal coming would be sort of an indication that she's around? Or, because I feel like there's something.
Wait a minute. What was that? I'm so sorry. I couldn't quite get that.
Okay. She's showing to me a cardinal. The bird.
Carpenter?
Card.
Okay.
Pardon?
Yeah.
And this bird, I feel is sort of like it's sort of significant in as much as I feel that she it's like you will think that she's around when you see this bird because she's this to me, and I feel like this is something. I feel like this bird is very significant to your family. I feel like there's either a love of them or something like that. I'm not sure. We don't have cardinals in England, so it's not something that I'm. Oh,
Yeah.
you know,
A bird came to me.
We are so
bird did
impoverished,
come to
you
me.
see, over. So anyway, she's also saying to me that she's showing me some flowers, and I feel like they're either wildflowers or something that's grown in the garden, or they don't look like flowers that you get from a florist, but they've got a purpley blue colour, and I can't quite see what sort of flowers they are, but I do feel that these flowers are significant, and she wants to let me know. She really wants you to know about these flowers, and I feel that it because I feel like these flowers are in a vase as well, or you would call a vase, a vase in England.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever place any flowers like that in her room, or?
She may have some like that. I'd have to look, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay. And also, is there a picture that was in her home that was of her children? And I feel like it's on the wall.
Of her granddaughter, of her great granddaughter, yes.
Okay, because I'm seeing children and this big picture that's on the wall, and I feel so that's of her. So she's just giving me that as confirmation that she's aware of her home. Seems to be very interested in her home and wants to sort of describe it and her life. But I also feel that there's something about money as well, and I feel that she particularly wants you to be almost looked after, and I feel like that I feel like she has prepared something that is for you. Does that make sense to you?
Well, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is there somewhere I should look?
But I feel that this is to do with, I feel like this is to do with more of an inheritance.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay.
And I feel like she's happy with the way that you are. It's like you are cared for, and she's happy about that. Because I feel like that it was. She felt that it was really important that she was looked after in the way. Sorry, that you were looked after in the way that she wanted you to be. And I feel like she's happy that everything has run smoothly because I feel like she was worried that things could have turned out slightly differently. And I feel like she is happy that it's turned out the way that it was meant to be, and it was as per her wishes.
Well, I don't really know at this point. Her husband is having some health issues, and we're very worried about him.
Right. Okay. I do feel that there's going to come a point where you're going to, because I feel like there's some sort of inheritance that's going to come directly to you, and you're going to be, and she says this is the way she wants it. She doesn't want it any other way. And I feel very, very strongly about that. She's pushing me with that point.
Okay.
And also, I also feel like there is a quilt that she would have owned. I don't know what sort of quilt. It could be a patchwork quilt, but I feel like there is something specific about some of the squares that are on this patchwork quilt. Does that make sense to you?
I'm not sure. No.
Right. Do you know if she owns a patchwork quilt?
She may have one somewhere that I don't know of or haven't seen yet.
Because I've just so I've just got this feeling that she's just showing to me this patchwork quilt, and I feel that this is very significant to her. I don't know whether this is a memory link or whether this is something that it has left in her home. So it may be a memory of the past for you. And I also feel with her that she's very. I feel like the most important thing that she is wanting to say to you is that she has she's found peace, and I feel like this is really important to her, that she has peace, because I feel that she was very sort of struggled. She struggled in her life.